What?
Can I take your details?
Am I obliged to?
Yeah, obviously with the current climate and you're
No.
acting a bit strangely filming a police station.
No, I just told you what I'm doing. Photography's not a crime. I'm sat here, I'm waiting to get some pictures of a police car going in and out of the police station to finish off a story that I've been working on.
Yeah, which...
So I'm not obliged to give you my details because I haven't broken any laws.
Do you mind not getting that in my face?
Well, it's not in your face and you came up to me, so...
Yeah, because you're filming a police station.
Well, that's not against the law though, is it?
No, but it's suspicious, strange behaviour.
It is quite suspicious.
No, I don't think it is. And terrorism or current climate has nothing to do with it. Terrorism in Waterlooville, I don't think so.
It can happen anywhere, and it would cause us concern that you're sat here constantly filming a police station.
Well, why are you saying constantly?
Because
I've been sat here for 20 minutes waiting for a car to come round the corner to go into the police station, which is what I wanted to capture.
Which we did.
Yeah.
So once that happened, I'd expect you to stop.
Yeah, you continue to film.
Because you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
And left. If that was
because you got out of the car and then you started walking over here.
The first words out of their mouths aren't questions, they're demands. No attempt to establish context, no effort to clarify what's actually wrong, just a direct push for personal information, as though holding a camera automatically creates suspicion. Labeling filming as strange doesn't convert it into criminal conduct. It's a subjective reaction, not a legal threshold. When they lean on the current climate to justify digging for his details, that's where the argument falls apart. A broad reference to global tensions doesn't create specific grounds in a real-world encounter. If recording a public building were inherently linked to terrorism, it would be unlawful across the board, and it isn't.
Now you just turned yours on.
Mine's on already.
Alright, well that's fine. Well, that's fine. You're recording me and I'm recording you. But I'm not obliged to give you my details because I haven't broken any laws. Okay? And being suspicious is not a crime either.
You can appreciate though, given the current climate and terrorism being an issue, you are sat here.
There's no terrorism in Waterlooville. Yeah. Oh, and understand why you come over to speak to me, but coming over and like, oh, we'll get your details, blah blah blah, I'm not obliged to do that.
Obviously, I'm engaging in a conversation with you.
Yeah. And I told you what I was.
I'm PC Morris.
I told you what I was doing.
Waterlooville Police Station. All I asked was for your details. You could introduce yourself.
I explained to you what I was doing.
And I understand that. All I asked was for your details, for your name.
No, you don't need my name.
No?
No, because
okay,
you stick it in your computer and it stays there forever.
It's not that it was honestly for me to engage in a conversation with you. Appreciate it. Obviously.
I've just spoken to my sergeant as well.
Yeah.
Under the Terrorism Act, with the current climate as severe and the way you're acting, I will need your details.
No.
Reframing it as a friendly introduction doesn't match the body language. Notebook open, pen ready, straight to personal details before anything resembling a greeting. That's not how normal conversations begin. That's how you start documenting someone. The explanation feels retrofitted, like it was built after the fact to soften how it came across on camera, then it escalates. Instead of grounding the interaction in something clear and tangible, the other officer steps away to consult a sergeant and returns with talk of terrorism legislation.
So please provide me your details.
I'm not obliged to give you my details because I haven't broken the law.
Recording equipment if you are filming the police station under the current climate severe. Okay.
That's not. It's not. That's
anyone watching your videos.
You can't seize my equipment.
Anyone watching your videos that you are currently, say, you're live streaming.
Yeah.
Will probably agree that under terrorism at the moment, with the risk as it is.
Now this is live streaming because if you take my phone, it's not on my phone.
I'm explaining to you. Yeah, I'm explaining to you the reasons why I'm speaking to you, and all I am requesting for is your details. I'm not going to.
I'm not obliged to get. I've not broken no laws.
If you don't give us your details, it gives us grounds to arrest.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's unlawful arrest. No, that is unlawful arrest.
Failure to give a name.
I've not broken no laws, so that would be an unlawful arrest.
Under the Terrorism Act, I'm requiring your name and address because of your behaviour.
The Terrorism Act.
When frontline officers can't articulate a solid basis, escalation becomes the fallback, and if a supervising officer is willing to greenlight that kind of stretch, it points to a deeper issue, not just in the moment, but in how these situations are being handled more broadly.
I've actually got written permission to sit here and do this.
Right, well, why didn't you tell us that? Can you show us that, please?
Where's your written permission? It's
That's not a public place.
police station. A police station's not a public place.
Well, it's still paid for by the public, isn't it?
It's not a public place though. Under the
Well,
definition of
where
a
I am
public
is a
place.
where I am is a public place,
You're right there.
and I'm allowed to film anything I can see from a public place.
Within reason, but if your actions go beyond that and are suspicious...
Well, my actions aren't gone beyond that. I've told you exactly what I'm doing. It's a finish off the end of my social experiment blog that I was making.
Well, you're still filming now, so it's...
I'm filming now for my own protection.
Protection from what?
From you. You're standing there threatening to arrest me under terrorism.
No, I'm asking for your name and details.
Which I'm not obliged to give you unless I've been arrested for a crime.
I don't feel like we've given you any cause for concern about our behaviour.
Well, he's threatening to arrest me under the Terrorism Act, which you couldn't even quote to me.
He's not threatening
I'm not going to quote every part of the law.
You're telling me, by me not giving you my details,
that's not my job.
you told me me not giving you my details is an arrestable offence, which it isn't.
The logic flips on its head at this point. Instead of identifying a lawful basis first, they suggest that not handing over details somehow creates the offence itself. That's not how arrest powers work. A refusal doesn't generate grounds. The grounds have to exist independently. The idea that recording equipment can be taken simply because someone won't provide a name shows a serious misunderstanding of seizure powers, which require clear statutory authority and necessity, not irritation. And when the notebook comes back out yet again, the priority becomes obvious. The focus isn't on any identifiable crime, it's on filling in a line on a page.
Not permission for you to sit here
Which it isn't.
Police station, which is what you've just disclosed.
I am perfectly entitled to sit here and film a police station from a public space. In fact, I can even give you the law on photography. There you go.
It says that you do not need a permit to film or
No,
photograph
I don't.
in a public place. It doesn't say anything about filming or taking photographs from a place that isn't public. Photography on private land is not restricted if the landowner has given permission.
I'm on public land.
Yeah, but what we're
But I
talking
can
about
still
is the fact that you're filming the police station, which is not
that's not a house though, is it?
No, but it's not a public place.
Yeah, but if someone wants to stand outside my house in the public and film it, they're allowed to do that by law.
No,
there is no law that's there's no law. No, there's not.
Right.
No, there's not.
After there's permission from one of the bosses in there.
I don't need permission to film the police station from a public space.
As I said, my sususpicions are about your behaviour. It's all very strange.
What's suspicious about my behaviour? Do you think I'm a terrorist?
You're not talking to me
Have
normally.
I got any bombs in my bag?
You're quite defensive about the fact that
Yes, because you've come over here to stop me. You're trying to stop me from filming.
It says a lot that Pinaki is the one producing written legislation, while the officers rely on memory and assumption. When he hands them the wording, that should be the moment the conversation resets. Facts on paper remove the guesswork. Instead, one officer tries to redefine the setting, claiming the station isn't a public place. But whether a building is taxpayer funded isn't the key issue. The decisive point is location, and Pinaki is standing on publicly accessible ground. That distinction matters. If he's lawfully present in a space open to the public, attempts to blur that boundary don't hold. Then comes the remark that quoting the law isn't his job. That line gives the entire dynamic away that if you're invoking statutory powers, understanding and clearly articulating them absolutely is part of the job.
And finishing my blog.
You wouldn't even provide me a name.
Well, that's because I don't need to.
All this amounts.
Because I'm not obliged to give you my name, that's
You're
why.
not obliged.
Well,
However,
exactly.
When I approached you to engage in a conversation and you were quite defensive.
I actually didn't want a conversation. If you had just gone into the police station, I would have left because I got the footage that I wanted.
Yeah, but you can understand that obviously, given the fact that you're sat here filming a police station, it's quite concerning for us.
Why?
Officers, for officer safety.
What am I going to do?
You're
What
about to
officer
publish
safety?
a video showing the registration plate of police cars in a police station.
They're in public all day, every single day. Police cars. There's no privacy in public. That's why there's CCTV cameras, millions of them all around the country. So I don't think your colleague really should stand there and threaten to take away my camera equipment.
He didn't threaten to take
Yes, he
away your
did.
camera equipment.
Yes, he did. It's on camera. Is this a threat?
Her response misses the point entirely. The absence of a sentence explicitly allowing filming doesn't create a prohibition, That's not how the law operates. In public, you're generally free to record what you can lawfully see, unless a specific restriction applies. There's no blanket rule banning the act of pointing a camera at a building simply because someone inside dislikes it. When that angle falls apart, the focus shifts to his behavior, as though asserting rights or asking for clarity somehow transforms lawful activity into suspicion. Being firm isn't an offense. Asking questions isn't obstruction. Reframing composure as defensiveness is just another attempt to stretch discomfort into justification.
You're trying to scare me into, I don't want my phone to be taken. So in order for me to give up my details that I'm not obliged to give you.
If you believe that we wouldn't be able to seize your phone, why would you be recording live to a cloud so that when your phone is taken?
When my phone's taken.
Well, that's what you said.
Is that what you're saying?
No,
when my phone's. That's why I'm recording to the cloud and not onto my phone.
You said that you record so that if somebody takes your phone,
yep,
that the videos aren't there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I've still got my evidence, because I can't get your evidence off of your camera if this goes to court for me to get all my camera equipment back.
Why would you assume this was going to go to court?
Because if you're going to take my camera equipment, then it's going to go to court, isn't it?
Why would you assume we were going to take?
Because you would have unlawfully arrested me and unlawfully taken my camera equipment. You're trying to scare me into giving you my details that I'm not obliged to give you. I'm not obliged to give you my details. Well, I don't need to account. I'm sat here doing something perfectly lawful from a public space.
When one officer concedes within his rights, that should have been the natural endpoint. Instead, the justification pivots again, this time to officer safety, tied to the idea that capturing vehicle plates is somehow dangerous. That argument doesn't withstand scrutiny. Police vehicles operate on public roads, with their registrations visible to anyone driving behind them, parked beside them, or simply walking past. The registration mark isn't confidential data. It's a public identifier, designed to be seen. You can't retroactively turn something openly displayed every day into sensitive intelligence just because a camera is involved.
The Terrorism Act and threaten and trying to intimidate me.
Giving their details is a necessity that we can use for an arrest.
By making me think he's going to take away my camera equipment.
He didn't say that it was a threat that he was going to arrest you at all.
Okay. Am I being detained?
Sorry?
Am I being detained?
No, it's merely a stop and
Okay.
go. I mean, if you do leave, obviously we do have powers.
Are you going to use those powers if I leave then? Because you just said I'm not being detained, so I'm free to go.
You're not being detained.
So am I free to go?
And by all means, if you do leave, it does mean that we would be able to use powers to arrest you on the grounds of suspicion of an offence.
What offence?
My colleague is speaking to my sergeant at the moment.
So, am I free to go?
That's obviously your decision.
And I'm not being detained?
That's obviously your decision.
And I'm free to leave? Am I free to leave? What's that mean?
As I've just explained to you, it was a stop and account.
Have I broken any laws?
At the moment, you are filming a police station.
That's not breaking the law.
Which is why me and my colleague came over to speak to you.
That's not breaking the law, though, is it?
As I explained to you, my colleague has basically gone to speak to my sergeant to discuss.
Right. Are you detaining me here?
I'm not detaining you.
Right. So am I free to leave?
I would suggest you didn't leave.
Am I free to leave?
I would suggest you didn't leave.
Why?
I would suggest that you didn't leave.
Why?
I have answered your question. What you do next is up to you.
Well, I know what next is up to me, but you just said I'm not being detained, so therefore I'm free to leave because I've broken no laws.
The next move is yours. I've asked you to wait.
Okay, I don't want to wait. I'm going to leave and I'm going to go home. Okay?
Labelling it a stop and account after the fact doesn't tidy it up. That tactic is meant for brief engagement where an officer records what someone says voluntarily. It isn't a shortcut to personal details, nor does it carry compulsory powers. If there was nothing specific for him to explain in the first place, calling it that doesn't magically create a basis. The surprise at the mention of court says even more when someone points out that arrest and seizure have to survive judicial scrutiny. That shouldn't be shocking. It's the standard test for using those powers. The fact it catches her off guard suggests the consequences hadn't been thought through. Once you invoke detention or confiscation, you're stepping into territory that has to be defensible beyond the pavement.